Okay, so first of all, I want to say none of my like voiceover recorded when I was playing. I don't know what happened. I just got a new microphone, but I was not using this microphone when I was recording this. So yeah, I have no idea how that happened, what happened, why that happened, whatever. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do a dub as best as possible or like a voiceover, but I don't know how it's gonna go. I also really want to say I'm gonna try to do a little bit of Planet Zoo stuff. I'm kind of excited for Planet Zoo 2. A little bit too excited. I mean, it's gonna release in like a long time, but whatever. There was a bit of a temporal storm starting out, so for that I just kind of like went into my house and hid. I am not gonna start fighting temporal storms until I actually get armor, mostly because I don't want to die again. Speaking of, I still need to do that gravestone. I completely forgot. The one where I died to a deer. I did just a bit of fishing to get my food stores up. It's been kind of hard. I mean, I still have a bunch of that like croc meat that I've been eating, but yeah. In this episode, I do get a little bit more food, but food is still going to be an issue for a long while. My main focuses were pathing, so I wanted to make paths going from the garden to the house, to the storage, to the smithy, to the pottery area, whatever. Yeah, I mostly did it out of packed dirt because, well, for one, that's really cheap. I'm also trying to do more texture, but I don't know, it's kind of hard because I'm still basically just starting out. I'm planning to do much better paths when I move, but for now it's just gonna be meh. I'm gonna try to chisel it, but I don't know how that's gonna go. I went out and gathered a lot of different types of flowers for just decorating stuff. This is another focus that I did, was just decorating. I ended up putting it in that circle that you saw me dig a little bit, so yeah. I finally ended up breaking the anvil mold to get the anvil out. I was a little nervous too because I've done it before where I haven't fully filled it, and then it ended up breaking and then I didn't get anything from it, so just be careful if you do that. I ended up making a new axe just because I am replacing that maple log wall for the berry garden with a limestone rock wall, just because it looks better. I also later ended up, I'm probably just gonna cut it out, I ended up making like a little digging pit in that same area to get more limestone. So yeah. Here's me just replacing that wall real quick. I also chiseled it just a little bit to make it, I guess, somewhat pretty. I don't know how I don't know. I do a lot more triangles in this build, or in this like entire area, than I usually do. I usually try to do circles, but I think I've just stick to more triangular stuff. And then I just like decorated the whole of it with beams and fences and stuff. I also went into the berry garden and redid a few things, mostly making more paths, as well as outlining it with more limestone cobblestone to kind of tie it together with the wall, so it's not just like a random brick wall. And then I just ended up like filling out the rest of the berry garden, trying to put more dirt down just so it looks complete. Dang, this video is gonna be kind of short. I also keep touching the microphone. I apologize. I know what it is. It's the cord. My mouse is right under the cord and I keep just using my mouse to touch things. Ah! Okay, this is just later in that day. I kind of paused before, but this is the wolf pit. I ended up killing the wolves, not the Boris pit. That one's different. But this is just a random wolf pit that I trapped wolves in, either last episode or sometime this episode. I can't remember. But yeah, I ended up harvesting them for hide and then putting them in the hide place. Leather place. And then right after that, I ended up getting some soybeans from the garden and making some like soybean stew and meat stew and stuff. Ooh. It low-key fills up a good bit. Just like this entire episode, I did a lot of just like decorating, redoing stuff. I'm probably gonna end up showing that in like separate clip. Like, after I record this, I'm gonna go back into Vintage Story and redo that, whatever. But, I mean, it'll end up being that if you see it. Again, most of this was just, like, pathing and trying to, like, dig stuff up. I ended up having to use my hands in a flint shovel because my bronze shovel broke. Which also leads to this episode being me getting iron. So in order to get iron, I first, the calcined flint. I made that and then I ground it up to make fire clay so that I could make those kilns. Or not kilns, I always call them kilns. Those forges. Then after that, I fired the bricks, like the fire clay bricks, just so that I could make the forges. Honestly, most of this episode was just exploring, trying to find iron. I ended up going really far south. Not really far, maybe like a few thousand blocks. But it was still like 3,000 or 4,000 blocks. I found it in a granite area, which I should have figured because limestone is sedimentary and granite is, I don't know, metamorphic? Something like that. Yeah. It was a little hard to find, but I found it and I found a good bit and I marked that place. I also made, I made this really cute little mining camp. I'll show a little thing about it. But I don't know, I thought it was really cute and I really like the tent. Speaking of a tent, I am going to be playing a Vintage Story server. I've played one of these servers before, but this is one from Hardware to Spare. And this server is like a survival based server. I found a decent group of people and I'm going to try doing a frontier style build. I am probably going to do these more on like a live stream based thing. I might do videos, it just depends on what my schedule is because right now I am taking a day to record Vintage Story stuff, well a day or two, and then I am going back and editing for a day or two. And so it's just like a cycle, it's taking a lot of time, and then if I do Planet Zoo then it's going to be a day of recording Planet Zoo, a day or two of editing. So it just depends on how much time I have. I do really want to just show it, because I don't know. I might live stream it. It depends. But, okay, back to tents. I am going to do like a covered wagon for my first thing. I've already planned it out. I put it in my brain hole. I am going to do a wagon. I'm going to be like a crazy gold miner or whatever. I'm not really going to roleplay. But yeah, my entire goal is going to be find gold. I'm going to be a frontiersman. It's going to be fun. I don't know. I'm excited. It's going to be like, I think either next week or the week after. So, stay tuned. That was cringe. So after I found iron, I went back home, fired it. Well, I guess fired it? I don't know what that would be called. Refining it. And then, I think I did maybe 7-ish ingots by just like hammering the slag off. I need to figure out a better way to process these because this took like an hour, maybe more like 30 minutes, but of just doing that over and over and over again. Yeah, maybe I could set up a windmill or water mill here. I have some like raging water in the north, just not far. I don't know. I also ended up reorganizing the forge a little bit. Not too much, just enough to be like more workable because I didn't really have much room for the forge as well as like a bunch of little forges, so I think it turned out okay. I ended up fighting with this stupid beam. Okay, so I couldn't get it out. There was nothing that would break it. It was just hanging there. I made a crowbar so that I could break it. I am pissed at this beam. So I tried to break it. I tried an axe. I tried a crowbar. Nothing worked. I tried breaking all the blocks around it. Nothing worked. I have no idea what it was attached to. But, okay. But yeah, here's just me getting a lot of that, slag and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's called slag, right? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's called slag. We have a lot of slag where I live, and people think it's meteors and, like, tell people about it. And it's like, oh, I found a meteor, and it's just like a ball of slag, and you're like, dude, I don't know. My professor ranted about that a while ago. I just thought it was funny. The first thing I ended up making was a hammer because I was kind of scared that my tin's bronze hammer was going to break, and kind of glad that I did that because a few, like, ingots later my tin's bronze hammer broke, so With this new iron shovel, it is so amazing. Okay, so I was digging with like a flint shovel. I deleted maybe like a 30-ish minutes of footage, but just doing that with a flint shovel, awful experience. Do not recommend. Please just make a copper shovel or a bronze shovel and then eventually move up to iron or steel. Yeah. Also, steel. I don't know when I'm going to end up doing steel. I need to think about that more. Because should I try to do it in this area or just wait until I find that new area? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll probably end up waiting and doing it after we move because I don't know when I'm going to move. It is going to be eventually, probably not within the next few episodes, but maybe like the 10th-ish episode. Probably more like I don't know, the 8th, 10th, whatever. Close enough. So the last little thing I made was this really cute little chicken coop. I ended up going in a creative world just to find cute block palettes, but I don't know if this is a mod or part of the base game now, but I know mud bricks are part of the base game, but this is like, you have to use different clays to make different colors, and you can make red ones, I don't know. But this is like fire clay brick, mud brick I think it's called. So I ended up having to make a little bit more fire clay. It wasn't bad, but I made the chicken coop out of fire clay, and then using the VS roofing mod, I ended up making a sod roof. I could not think of the word for some reason, but yeah. And then I need to stop saying, but yeah, I just do it whenever I end a sentence to be like, yeah, whatever. I ended up doing a lot more beams just to kind of make everything seem a tiny bit more complex. I don't know. I feel like I need to stop using beams, but I love beams. They're beautiful. They make everything work. Yeah. Getting the chickens in there was not really a nightmare. It was a little frustrating. I just had to get the rooster in there, but the other chickens didn't really want to follow. I may or may not have killed the hens. So I kind of half orphaned those chicks, but we don't talk about that. It's okay, I buried one of the hens. I can't remember if I paused it. If I didn't, then it'll show up right here. I went through a few styles of beams before just finally deciding on this one. I kind of wanted to cover a few things because for the top of the chicken coop I ended up having to use regular medium's fertility soil just so that everything kind of matched. I think it ended up turning out okay. I kind of like it. I really like the squat style. I like the arches I did with the doors in them. I don't know. I've done that for like a little hobbit hole on another one of Hardware Despair servers. I do like his servers. Nice servers. Yeah. And then just to finish everything off, I ended up making just a small little cellar. It's not much. I just did like cobblestone roof, cobblestone entrance, whatever. I made a cute little arch, I thought. But yeah, okay. This entire episode is only going to be like 15-ish minutes long. Maybe 16, I don't know. But I apologize. I got this audio working now. I did a few test recordings and it actually works this time, and it actually, I don't know what happened with my other mic and why that just didn't work, but whatever. If you end up liking this format better, let me know. I know it's a little shorter. I kind of wanted to do long form, but once again, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy, subscribe. It helps me like want to do this more. I do really want to do this more. I feel like it's fun. I enjoy editing now that I know like the program. I enjoy recording. I enjoy playing video games genuinely. Yeah. Stay tuned for more like Planet Zoo stuff, more vintage story stuff. I'm going to continue this series. Even if I start doing other things, this series will continue no matter what. I'm going to try to make that sure. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.